Hello and welcome to my very first nail video. We are going to be using the Kiara Sky Dip Powder with a twist. So those who have used a dip powder, you know it's a 1, 2, 3, 4 step. Kiara Sky's is amazing, but some people have some trouble with the applicator part because it is a glue and it can sometimes get a little strong. For me, sometimes it hurts my eyes when I'm using it, so I looked up different methods and I found a different method and I gave it a try and it came out amazing and I love it. So I did one hand and now I want to show you on my other hand each step. So the original, the Kiara Sky Dip collection, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have the bond, which is step 1, the base, which is step 2, the seal protect, which is step 3, and then the top, which is step 4. We are eliminating these 3 steps. Step 2, 3, and 4 we are taking out of the equation. And we are replacing that with the Kiara Sky Soak Off Gel Polish Color Base Coat and the Kiara Sky Soak Off Gel Polish Non-White Top Coat. Okay, so instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, it means 1, 2, 3 steps. Okay, and I'm also doing an accent nail with the Kiara Sky Rub On Dust. And for that one, you need the Kiara Sky Soak Off Gel Polish Rub On Non-Wipe Top Coat. The color powder I am using is by Kiara Sky, and it is called Petal Pink. And I just love this petal pink color. It has a glimmer to it, a little bit of a shine and glimmery look to it, and it goes very well with the rub on, which the rub on is Strobe Berry. So these are the 2 colors we will be using, and let's get started. So a couple other products that I use that for the nails. So the tips that I use, I've already prepped and tipped my hand I'm going to do it on, and I use the CND natural tips. I like these because they are a deep C curve. I'll just show you these. So they are a deep C curve and they are very good. See the C curve in that? I love it. They're very easy to cut, and you don't have to worry about them being too thick or anything. And then of course I have my clipper. I got this one from Sally's. It's a good one. It has a cap to it. I just don't know where it is, but I use that. And then to shape the nails, I use my little scissors, and that I use to just get them into the shape I want, because I like the angled look. So, and I just use that, and then I file with a 100 and 180 grit file. I use the the Gelish Harmony Secure Brush On Nail Resin. I like this one more than the 5-second IBD one. I've come to find out that this one works a lot better. It's bigger and it lasts longer, and it's a lot more stronger. Okay, I got my fluffy brush for the powders, and nice silicone tip for the rub-on. Now, depending on which one you want to use, I got this from Amazon. I will post the link down below for all to see for all the products I use. Most of them you can get off of Amazon. In the Kiara Sky, I suggest don't go on Amazon, go directly to the site. Their site is very easy, affordable. They have a great payment plan you can use, which I use constantly. So these, you have all different tips, so if you don't want to do the whole nail, you can do other ones, different shapes and all that. So I like this one because it's a lot easier, and you'll see why during the video. I got my cleaning pads, and of course I got my Kiara Sky light. Now when I prep, after I apply, I blend in with Tip Blender by IBD and my electric drill. I use this one. I also have a gelish one, which is really good. It's just at home instead of where I am. And I always clean my nails very properly, and my tools. I use these to get the cuticles, these ones here, and to make sure there is no dust on the nails. Okay, so let's get started. So the first thing we want to do is get all the dust off. So we want to prep our nails, and I'm going to prep with the CND Scrub Fresh and a lint-free wipe. I like these wipes because they have the little handle, so I just want to make sure I scrub the nails very well. Okay. I always want to make sure I cap everything so I don't spill. Alright, so I also use a primer because I have a lifting problem with no matter what service I use, I have a lifting problem. So I use the Gelish pH Bond and the Gelish Pro Bond Acid Free Nail Primer. So I use the pH Bond first and then the Pro Bond. This just helps if you have that lifting issue. Because I'm working on my dominant hand, this hand always lifts more than my non-dominant hand. But I figured I'd show you guys on this hand because this is the hardest hand to use. Your dominant hand is always the hardest to work on because, well, it's your main hand. So I'm gonna let that dry. The Pro Bond, the pH Bond dries very quickly. So it's a nail dehydrator, so you always want to use that because it helps get the oils out. Now the primer is going to help adhere. Because I lift, I use this and then the Bond by Kiara Sky for the steps. So, and I let this dry for about a minute. And then I will put the Bond on. Sorry, my hands are very shaky due to medical problems, but okay, so I just let that dry. Make sure all my nails are the way I want. I've never done a nail video, so just I'm very nervous about this. But in about 2 weeks, I will do another video showing you how I take off my nails and how I change the color if I want to change the color, which for me, I probably won't. I might just add more glitter maybe to it, or rhinestones, or my accent nail might be changing color. But the petal pink is really my neutral color that I like. because I am a pink girl, so. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with step 1. And just prep the natural nail. Just the way you would do any other nail dip surface. Okay. And I let that dry a little bit. Just moving some stuff out of the way so I can get my LED light in. Now, I suggest you definitely invest in the Kiara Sky LED, the light. I love it. They have a pink and they have a white one, and this one is just the best light I have ever used. I mean, look at this. It's a beauty. It's pink, it's pretty, and it's portable. You don't have to leave it plugged in, but it has a nice little switch. Shows you how many minutes, full battery. You get 15 seconds, 30 seconds, 60 seconds, and then 90 low heat mode, 90 seconds. I haven't used this one, but I use these 3. So we're gonna start with the 15 second, and then a full cure when we're done with the 60 seconds before we put the top coat on. You only need the quick 15 seconds because it hardens it very well with the gel. Okay, so right now we are going to use the base color or base coat and the petal pink. So this is replacing step 2 and step 3. So you don't need to seal protect. You just need your petal pink. My scoop because I seem to lose it. I'm always losing my little nail scoop. Okay, so I usually use something with a well. You can use a plain nail tip too. That works as well. Or you can actually just use a spoon. Actually, I know what I have to get. So instead of the metal scoop, I use my Kiara Sky recycle system. I just use one of the scoops from that. To pour, because with the gel you don't want to dip into it because it'll smush the gel. That's the only downfall. So you want to use a scoop and just scoop and pour it on. So we're going to use that. All right, so let's start. So what I'm going to do is I do my thumb first, separate. And then I do all 4, or I'll do all 4 and my thumb separate, because when I put it in the light, I have to turn my thumb flat. So I'm gonna do the first 4 together, and then we'll do this separate. You'll see what I mean. This is just my preference how I do that with my nails. Some people do them all at once, that's fine. So what you're gonna do is do a coat first without the dip. And with this, you wanna go straight up to a little bit up to the cuticle. Not all the way to the cuticle, but just close enough. everybody doesn't mind the music in the background. Try to, so when I'm not talking or something. And if you hear my dog, I apologize. She's just roaming around the house. Lay down, honey. She's a hungry girl. She just ate her dinner and she's already asking for more food. Okay, so now I am going to put the gel on here just to that coat. So you just want to do a thin layer of this. This is like your prep, your first coat, your base. You want to cure this. Actually, this you want to cure for 30 seconds. Or no, 15 seconds, I'm sorry. So you cure for 15. And then you're going to do another coat of the base and then the dip. Okay, so then you do one nail at a time, always. It's easier and less messy if you just do one time. You want to cap the edge because you are using tips. Oh, sorry. But I cure all at once. Okay, so you just want to do it right over. And you want to make sure slant your nail down and scoop and just pour. Make sure you get all the sides. It's okay if you gotta dip it a couple of times. And I guess you could use the recycle system too. You want, so you just want to dust off, and then I'm going to move to the next. You don't want to dust off your nail yet, but you can tap it off. If you dust off right now, you're going to get the gel everywhere, and then you just got a big sloppy mess. So I don't use this color on anybody but me. This is my personal one. I have a separate one for my clients, so I'm not using the recycling system. But when I do have my clients, I always use the recycle system, or I get a smaller jar that's good for one set, so I'm not contaminating. Even though I sanitize the client's nails, it's still, it's still not fully sanitized to me. So I never dip my clients' nails in, and I never repeat with that. I always use the recycle system. And I actually just ordered another one so that I'm not, when I'm doing like 2 different colors, cross-contaminating the colors or stuff. My clients seem to like this way better too. I've done it on them a couple times, but myself, I haven't this way. This was my first time, and I did my other hand last night, but I was too tired to do a video, so I wanted to show you guys the video when I was awake doing it. And just dust off, tap off, and then actually I changed my mind. I'm gonna do my thumb while I'm here now, just to show you. Now sometimes I will flip over. I don't do that with the clients. And then my thumb. And I do this, well, I do it 2 to 3 times depending on the client, I guess. For me, since I lift a lot, I will do 3 coats of the color. I always have a piece of something down here. Okay, so I'm not gonna brush off. I'm just going to put in for 15 seconds into the light. And I don't know how many of you know, if when you're using an LED or UV light you feel a little burning, it's not that it's burning you, it's just I've learned that it is either your nails are just very weak or you have too much gel on your nails or not enough. Depends. So now I'm going to take my brush, and I just use a makeup brush. It's actually, I got it as a gift. It's the e.l.f. complexion brush, so it's a nice powder brush. I find these work a lot better and some are cheaper. So I just dust off the excess before I go to my second coat. And I always dust off underneath too, just because sometimes it gets messy. Okay. So now I have a small table, so usually I have a bigger station, but I had a house fire, so I kind of am limited on stuff right now. Alright, so I'm going to go in, I'm going to hold it this way, just because it's easier for me to see. Might be easier for you guys too. I love the petal pink. I just want to say that it is an amazing color. It is nice and shimmery. It's not so much glittery, yet shimmery. And I do have a Facebook page. If anybody is interested, I will put the link. I have to redo a new one because mine got hacked. But I will be doing more videos and also posting on YouTube and not just Facebook for all to see. So my screen name is The Glitter Babe, and it's a combination of nails and makeup, skincare, and hair. Usually I don't talk and I just speed up my videos, but I know some of you in here were asking me when I posted, so I wanted just to explain it all better to you guys. So this video was especially for my Kiara Sky we're all friends in here, right? We're all learning from each other and different things. I love that. And I do find that this is a lot stronger and just as strong as with the step 2. But it's an easier step for me, I think. And my clients seem to like it a lot better this way. For you. Just when you dip with the gel, you just got to be even more careful that you're not smudging. So don't dip straight down, do it at an angle. So instead of dipping straight down, start at the tip and do it like a 90-degree angle. Another 15 seconds in the light. Make sure you move out of the way. One more coat, so this was the second coat. Alright, one more coat. Start with my thumb first. Actually, you could do this the whole time. Gel all your nails like you would be doing a gel manicure. You know, gel them all first and then cure. Because the gel don't dry until you cure. Oops, sorry, I didn't realize I was out of shot. I apologize. the last coat that I'm going to be using. I'm going to cure that. I'm actually going to cure it for 30 seconds instead of 15. I forgot to change the timer. So change it the last time to 30 seconds because now you're going to file and shape if necessary. Alright, so I'm going to turn the light off and move that out of the way for right now. And now I'm going to, because it's so smooth, which it literally is, watch, so smooth. There's no bumps or anything. It's just shiny. Okay, so I'm gonna use the hand file and just fix up my sides first. Because sometimes the gel, you know, gets on the side. Make sure they're all the same shape. That's the thing you want to watch with the dip, and that's why I did the last coat, just to show you. If you dip it, it'll have like those smushed out sides. So pouring it may take a few seconds longer to pour, unless you got it down really good with the dip. Using the gel, I would pour. And I definitely would suggest the recycling system. If not, use a plastic, you know, party spoon, or even a the thumb size nail tip works too. If you just glue it, the well, on a orange wood stick, you can have your own scoop. Or they actually make scoops. See how I fixed that? So it's that. So it's not there anymore. And then after I file with the hand file and do the sides, I file just very lightly over the top with a electric gel. And I just use a very light barrel. I use the what you call it, 200 grit, which is a nice buffing barrel. And I change the bit for every client. So this is the one I used for my other hand. So this is mine. Very, you know, very low speed. But high fast enough where it's not gonna take me forever. And I just want to get around the cuticle area. Because if your application is very smooth, you really won't need to file. You really don't. At least not with the dip. I've not had to file them. It's really just a buff. So lay down. It's really just a buff. Top F. Sorry, I have to. So I would then cleanse my nail again. I use my Scrub Fresh for a lot of stuff just because I like it. People are commenting on my post from earlier and I'm trying to read them. But alright. So I just want to get off the dust from the nail before I put my top coat on. Okay, and I'm doing my accent nail as well. Okay, so you can use Scrub Fresh, you can use alcohol, and that just gets off all the extra dirt, or dust, not dirt. Say, all the extra dust that's on your nails and around your cuticles that didn't stick. Just like if you would use alcohol. So you can use alcohol as well. Alright, so now into the last step, which is the top coat. And if you're going to do any diamonds or jewels or designs, this is where you would do it. So you would do all of that first while this is all prepped and ready to go. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to do my rub-on powder first and then seal it up. Okay, so with the rub-on, it's a little different. So this one, you have to use the special rub-on gel, and whichever nails you want to do. And I'm actually going to do 2, and later on I'm going to change on the other hand. Second one, and when I do that I will do another video in post. Possibly. So, you want to put that on first on the nails. You want to do the accent. I I'm going to do my first and my ring finger on this hand, just to show you guys. So I'm going to do a nice thin coat, and that cure that for 30 seconds. So I've kind of learned where the buttons are. So you want to cure that for 30 seconds. And then we're gonna do the rub on, and then you're gonna put another top coat on and cure for a minute. Yes. And the instructions are on the back of how to work the rub on, so I like that. The instructions for the top coat. Doesn't tell you how long, but I do 60 seconds for all top coats for gel because it just, I'd rather it longer than not. So, alright, so let's open this, and be careful when you open this. I did open one before and I actually spilled a lot of it. I love this. And the top, see how glittery it is? Alright, so using my silicone, make sure it's cleaned off. You can clean that off with Scrub Fresh. So you're just gonna dip a little bit. You don't need a lot. You want to do little by little. So I start. You can start to the tip. I'm gonna start this one at the tip, and the other one I'll do at the cuticle. But you just rub it on. Literally, just rub it on. Add a little bit more. So the gel top coat actually helps it adhere. And since it's only cured for 30 seconds instead of the full minute, it's still a little tacky. But enough where it's dry, so it's not going to what you call it, like a smudge, smear, but it's gonna seal it. Make sure you do get around the cuticle. And remember, this is only gonna stick to the gel, so it's okay if you get it on your skin, but you do want to make sure you get the Alright. And then start up here. So this one you can start up at the cuticle. And remember, the application is on my dominant hand, so I'm doing this, all the work with my non-dominant hand. And it's very easy to do. Make sure you get the edge, and then you don't want to dip that back in, so you just wipe it off. And it's silicone. That'll easily wash right off with some, do not use acetone. Use alcohol to clean off. The acetone will destroy it. So you want to make sure you seal that up. And then you do want to dust it off. So I have a smaller brush. It's an eyeshadow brush because it gets into the cuticle area, but just dust that off really well before we put the top coat on. I think this one is one of the chrome ones. is my second time using the rub-on. I use Supernova. I love it. Alright, so there you go. Those are all dusted off, and now you want to put the final top coat on. So I'm going to put the top coat on these two, and then as well as the top coat on the rest of my hand. So I'm going to cure it all together. So this is they're both non-wipe. I guess you could use the same for the whole hand. You don't have to use separate ones. I like to use the product or design for one. But when I saw this method, I had to try it out, and I actually like it. Just because I was looking for a faster, stronger method. Always want to make sure you cap the edges. When I cure, I'm going to cure for a minute. And I cure for a minute. See, I put a little too much product on. So when you put too much product, sometimes you just gotta pull your nail out and hand. Or I got it on my skin, which I did get, as I can see in the light, I did get some on my skin, the gel. But if you're prone to burning, that's what, use the 90-second low heat button on the Kiara Sky lamp. Not all lamps have that, so that's why I like this. I am prone to burning because I have very sensitive skin and very sensitive nail beds. So I will sometimes use the heat of the low light if it low heat. You have a beautiful, beautiful set. Okay. And now, in order to do this, I would, if I wanted to add the accent on there, which I probably will later, I would just file off lightly the top coat and make it so it's grainy, and then cleanse it, and then apply the accent. But I love the non-wipe because look, I can go there. All dried, ready to go. No waiting. All right, so thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have a great day, and I like and share my video. I'm sorry it was a long video, first video, always a long one, but like and share, and I hope this helped those who had questions and stuff. Thank you. And thank you for following me, the Glitter Babe. Bye.